All right, let's dive into this because the MLB trade deadline is basically here, and the tension is palpable. You know, Lin-Manuel Miranda said it best in Hamilton, in the eye of a hurricane, there is quiet. And right now, it feels like we're in that eye, but the storm is about to hit. Personally, I think this quiet period is just the calm before the chaos. And I'm here to break down why this deadline feels different, and why Tarik Skubal is the domino everyone's waiting to fall. First off, let's talk about Freddy Peralta. The Mets scratching him from his start? That's not just a minor move. It's a signal. In my opinion, this is the Mets saying, we're serious about trading him, but we're not desperate. What many people don't realize is that Peralta's value is tricky. He's a free agent soon, and while he's been solid, the Mets asking for a top 100 prospect feels like a stretch. If you take a step back and think about it, this could be a bluff. Are they really willing to let him walk if they don't get the price? Or is this just posturing? My guess? They'll settle for less than they're asking, but they're trying to maximize their return while they can. Now, let's zoom out. The Tigers scratching Casey Mize? That's another red flag, or should I say, a fire sale sign. Detroit's in a tough spot, and this feels like 2022 all over again with Jack Flaherty. What this really suggests is that the Tigers are ready to offload talent, and Mize could be just the start. But here's the thing. Until Tarik Skubal gets traded, the starting pitching market feels frozen. It's like everyone's waiting for that one big move to set the tone. And that brings me to Skubal. The guy's a two-time AL Cy Young winner, and teams like the Dodgers, Brewers, Rays, Braves, and Cubs are circling like sharks. What makes this really interesting is that Skubal isn't just another rental. He's a game changer. But here's where it gets tricky. Teams that want him are probably holding off on other deals until they know if they've landed him. That means guys like Kevin Gausman, Mize, and Clay Holmes are in limbo. From my perspective, this creates a bottleneck in the market. Until Skubal's situation resolves, the rest of the dominoes can't fall. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. The asking prices right now are insane. One executive called them astronomical, and I couldn't agree more. Sellers are holding out for top prospects, and buyers are balking. This raises a deeper question. How long can this standoff last? My guess, it'll break by Sunday night or Monday morning. Teams can't afford to wait forever, especially if they're serious about contending. Personally, I think we'll see a flurry of deals once Skubal's trade goes through, but it's anyone's guess who blinks first. What's fascinating to me is how this deadline feels like a game of chicken. Everyone's waiting for someone else to make the first move, and it's creating this weird paralysis. But here's the thing, deadlines force action. By Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, deals will get done, even if it means settling for less than you wanted. A detail I find fascinating is how controllable pitchers like Hunter Green or Luis Castillo aren't as affected by this. Teams know they're not rentals, so there's less urgency. But for the rental market, it's all about timing. So where does this leave us? In my opinion, the next 48 hours are going to be wild. Skubal's trade will be the catalyst, but it's not just about him. It's about the ripple effect. Once he's off the board, teams will scramble to fill their needs, and that's when we'll see the real action. What this really suggests is that the quiet we're experiencing now is just a setup for a chaotic finish. And honestly, I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. But here's my closing thought. What if Skubal doesn't get traded? What if the Tigers hold on to him? It's unlikely, but it's a scenario worth considering. If that happens, the entire market could collapse. Teams will be left scrambling, and the deadline would end with a whimper instead of a bang. Personally, I think that's a long shot, but it's a reminder of how fragile these negotiations can be. So what do you think? Is Skubal the key to unlocking this deadline, or is there more to it? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to hear your take.